future is radically open. We don't know what will happen. But let's say that now there will be, hope not, a third world war, real one. No doubt, then histories will be written claiming, can't you see it was all pointing towards this? Let's say it will end up like the Cold War is. No doubt histories will be written saying it was like just Cold War. It was all a game, both sides were aware they shouldn't push it too much, and so on and so on. And now I will make a philosophical point. I think that I would even elevate this to my, let's call it, not just in the space of meaning, even nature with quantum theory, ontological openness. You know, like, for example, I always say, what always surprises me is that here I'm the true multiculturalist, not the political correct one. I like how often works of art which refer to another culture from a long time ago, like, for example, take Shakespeare. I often repeat this point. For me, the best film version of Hamlet is, in order in 1962, Akira Kurosawa did Hamlet, wonderful title he gave. Only bad people can sleep well, a wonderful title, where Toshiro Mifune, of all guys, plays Hamlet, a student who returns from America, from the studies, and his uncle married his mother, the same story. And so, for me, the true question is not what Shakespeare really meant. What if he didn't know what he meant? What if his work is, as to its meaning, antagonistic and immanently open? So that what if this historicist question, to understand Shakespeare, you have to know all the details about Elizabethan England and so on, is wrong? Maybe with a distance, we can better understand Shakespeare than Shakespeare understood himself. Why? Because history is... Do you know my story? Just to conclude, from an introduction, I often use it, from introduction to... some introduction to modern philosophy. It's a wonderful way to explain quantum physics, which is why I still, in an old-fashioned way, love it. He takes the example from video games and says, in video games, you don't have complete reality. Like, you are in a game, you are in a valley, doing fights, whatever, shooting stupid things. Then above, there are hills where you see some trees. But you cannot go close to the tree and analyze it in detail because that's not programmed, you know. The program goes to do it, blah, blah, blah. Okay, my totally crazy idea is that in some sense the lesson of quantum physics is that that's how our reality is structured. It's not completely programmed. There is reality out there, but it's not a game. It's open. It's ontologically open. It's ontologically incomplete. Now, I'm not the stupid idealist who grounds the notion of freedom in this, because some guys are doing it. Because, wait a minute, freedom is not the same as contingency, you know. Freedom is a form of necessity. If you say, but even that is not true chance, it's determined. If you say, I don't want to decide it, I will leave it to chance, and you throw a coin in the air and so on, this is contingency. Even if it's not, it can be. But what I'm saying is that freedom is its own form of necessity, with its own paradoxes and so on. But I like this idea of reality which is incomplete in itself, so that you cannot even clearly distinguish between Shakespeare in himself, Shakespeare's works in itself, and our readings. No, in some way, our readings bring to the end Shakespeare's work. If you provide a convincing reading of Hamlet, it goes further than Shakespeare, but not simply from the outside, because it fills in what is lacking, what was left open in Shakespeare himself.